Hello, it's Morgan. Welcome back to Shellback here on this Thursday here for the 2025 NFL prediction videos. It is time for the divisional round weekend. 4 games, 8 teams left for divisional weekend, all starting on Saturday in 2 days' time. Saturday at 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. with the first one as Josh Allen and the Bills they go to Denver on Saturday. Getting into it after I went 4-2 last week on Wild Card Week. See if I can improve a bit during the divisional weekend. Let's get started. Buffalo, Josh Allen, go to Denver to play Bo Nix. Rematch from last year's wild card round where the Buffalo Bills won at home against the Broncos. This time around, Broncos have the number one seed. Bills, they have to go on the road and travel. Josh Allen and the Bills, second week in a row they have to travel. Last week the Bills went on the road, won at Jacksonville 27-24. A game that was interesting to see. Bills Broncos game that I think potentially could line up to be one of the best games this weekend, maybe out of the games that are happening. Overall, the Bills, Josh Allen, if they're going to Super Bowl this year, why not let it happen? Because you don't have to play Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but you still get stuck with an AFC West team and the Broncos and Bo Nix. Which is going to be a matchup. I think this one can come down to the wire, come down to the end of the game, literally. But overall, I think it's going to be the game the Bills need to get a win in. Do the Bills have to win? Bills, yeah, it's a must-win for them. If they don't win, there's going to be a lot of talk about is Josh Allen the right quarterback in Buffalo to win a Super Bowl after not making it if he loses this week. That's going to be the biggest question if the Bills lose. Overall, I think the Bills find a way to get the job done, but I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a dogfight at the end of the day. Give me the Bills going on the road, as I think they go on the road and win again in the postseason for a second week in a row. So give me the Bills here tomorrow with another big road win on Saturday. As we move on to Saturday night, the 49ers, Brock Purdy, they travel to Seattle. Seattle take on the Seahawks this weekend in Sam Darnold. It's Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold, two teams, 49ers and Seahawks. For the 49ers on their half, they lost George Kittle. He's out for the playoffs with the torn Achilles injury. But else, Seahawks and Sam Darnold. This is the Sam Darnold revenge tour in Seattle for Seahawks that got the number one seed. And fun stat, I didn't know if anyone has seen this. Every time there's been a new pope that's been elected, the Seahawks have been to the Super Bowl. But the deal is, the Seahawks are 1-1 in the Super Bowls. The last one they lost in Super Bowl 40. The previous one they won Super Bowl 48 against the Broncos. This time around, we'll see what happens. Can the Seahawks win again with the Pope being elected? Can they get back to the Super Bowl? We'll see. It's going to be a hard time to tell. Seahawks' last Super Bowl they played in was in Super Bowl 49 and losing to the Patriots. But that was more a crazier stat than ever. But I think this matchup is going to come down to being two-sided regime. For the 49ers, what are you going to do with your defense that's a bunch of nobodies? They weren't supposed to even be in the playoffs. They were supposed to be rebuilding. Brock Purdy was supposed to be there, and George Kittle was supposed to be in the show with Christian McCaffrey. George Kittle missed quite a few. Purdy missed a few. McCaffrey missed a few games as well this season. But the question for me is this: can the 49ers win a game on the road? I think it's going to be tough. With that being said, I think it's going to be a tough game for the 49ers. I think it's going to come down to how the 49ers can handle it without their George Kittle and everyone else. I think it's going to come down to what happens to the 49ers of their healthy players they have left. For the Seahawks, on their hand, it's Sam Darnold revenge tour time, I think. For the Seahawks, they have a young team, a new head coach, first year. Can they win a playoff game? Who knows? But here's the deal. I think there's going to be an upset this week. I think the 49ers get a chance, go on the road, find a way to upset the Seahawks this week. So give me the 49ers and Brock Purdy with the 49ers who are all dinged up to win again. One of those teams that's surprising people. So give me the 49ers on the road. Back-to-back road teams this week for me so far. Next up, HoustonTexans, CJ Stroud. They head to New England Sunday afternoon. New England playing the Patriots. They have the second-year quarterback, Drake May, for the Patriots, and Drake May and Mike Vrabel, their first-year head coach. Can they get a win? Mike Vrabel, he's won 3 Super Bowls as a Patriots linebacker. Can he win as a head coach? Yes, I think this could be the week it happens. But for the Texans, CJ Stroud, they won their first road game ever in the playoffs last week against Pittsburgh. A game I did pick Pittsburgh to win. This week, I don't want to be wrong again. And I found this out last week the hard way. Picking against Houston, Houston's going to show you why you shouldn't pick against them. For the Patriots, it's all about the return of the evil empire, a team that knows how to win. Mike Vrabel, who played for the Patriots, won 3 Super Bowls there. Can he lead his team to a Super Bowl? It's going to be hard to tell, and I think this game's going to be one of those games where it's going to be come down to 2 young quarterbacks. Which quarterback can make big, good plays and make the least amount of mistakes? Overall, the Houston Texans, they've been a team in the last few years. They've had tough games where they've won playoff games and also been on the road and losing the playoffs as well. I think this is going to be one of those weeks where it's going to come down to which quarterback between C.J. Stroud and Drake May can make the least amount of mistakes. But with that being said, give me the New England Patriots at home with a tough home environment to do again. Let's go to our final game of the day on Sunday. We have the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, the cardiac Bears. You can just keep on saying that about the Bears. They prove people wrong. They've showed people why again and why they should be here. Will they do it again this week? And the next, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford. The Rams team that made it, winning in Carolina game, one of the teams I picked last week. This week, though, I was leaning it originally as of yesterday or Tuesday, or at the earliest, after all the games happened on Monday night, after the Monday night game. I was leaning towards this Tuesday and Wednesday, picking the Rams. But then I found out Matthew Stafford is hurt. And then I saw this. The weather's going to be below freezing. The high temperature kickoff for this game at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, 17 degrees, chance of snow showers. And my friend showed me this stat today. That Matthew Stafford in games where it's under 40 degrees, 1-9 in his career. And he also has a hand injury. So the question is, how will Matthew Stafford and the Rams, how will it affect them? How is it going to affect them? For the Bears and Caleb Williams, please, as a Bears fan, I don't want them to be the cardiac Bears this week again. It's just, they just cut it too close. You make your heart rate race. If you're a Bears fan, and I'm sure other Bears fans, if they're watching this, know that. Rams fans, you have a team that could make plays. We'll see how it happens, Rams. Can Matthew Stafford win a game with an injury? Who knows? It's going to be under 40 degrees. You can't put all those stats I just said about the Rams' Matthew Stafford and his career. You can't put all that and say the weather's going to affect him. Yeah, it might affect him, but it might affect both teams still. For the Bears, having home field, I think that's going to be the biggest key. I think it's come down to which defense can be good. The Rams have a pretty good defense. They can win this game on defense. I think this game's going to be won with the defenses this week. The quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford and Caleb Williams, it's going to come down to which of those two can make the least amount of mistakes. Last week, Caleb Williams had a few picks in the game against the Packers. It was tough to see. But at the end of the day, I think the Bears find a way to do it again and give Bears fans heart attacks. So give me the Bears with a crazy win again, as I think the Bears win in the postseason again. Back-to-back weeks. There you have it. Quick recap. I'm taking the Bills and Josh Allen on the road in Denver to beat the Bo Nix and the Broncos on Saturday. On Saturday night, I'm taking the 49ers and bring Brock Purdy and the Niners. Going on the road to Seattle, meeting Sam Darnold and the number 1 seeded Seahawks. In New England on Sunday, I'm taking Drake May and the Patriots against C.J. Stroud and the Texans. And in Chicago, I'm taking the Bears and Caleb Williams over Rams and Matthew Stafford, which would set us up for a crazy championship weekend the week from Sunday. If these picks line up to be correct, we'll see. If you did like today's video, please remember to watch, like, subscribe. Don't forget to tell our friends to do the same if they've not done so already. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button below so you know when there's a new video on the channel. With that being said, have a good day, stay safe, and peace out. I'll see you right back here in the next video later on with the NFL prediction. Quick version for Divisional weekend, and I'll see you Sunday night after the Bears-Rams game for the NFL prediction recap video. See you then. With that being said, have a good day, stay safe, and peace out. And I'll see you next Thursday with championship game predictions next week. Bye for now, everyone. Have a good day and stay safe out there. See ya.